Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. So today I'm doing a reading on what is your next time together going to be like, or for those of you that are maybe in couples, what is the next time you go out for a date is going to be like. This is kind of like your next date rather than maybe specifically seeing each other, on a passing kind of way. This is more so the next time spent together on a kind of like romantic plane. So this is a romantic reading. This is not a platonic reading. If you want me to do a platonic version of this, do let me know. I'd love to do it. But let's move on to the piles. We've got 6 piles here: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, pile 6. You can pause the video if you want to meditate on the cards and see which pile calls to you the most, but I'm going to start with pile number 1. So pile number 1, let's see what is going on. What is it going to be like when you see each other next? So let's get started with oracle cards, I think, again. So we've got meditation to dig deep. We also have new beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Lobster, financial pinch. And eagle, triumph over troubles, obstacles. So the next time you see each other, or the next date that you go on, you and your partner, or the person that you are connected to romantically, there's going to be almost like a mutual agreement to start fresh or start from a blank slate. It's going to be this energy of, okay, let's forget the past, maybe not forget in a mindless way, but I feel like this is the energy that encourages to forgive each other. There's a level of forgiveness here for certain things, but I don't think it's as dramatic as that you need to forgive each other. There's just a little bit of a fresh energy. So I feel like the next time you see each other, there's going to be a renewal of energy between you and this person or your partner. Or the next date that you go on, it's going to help renew the energy for your relationship. So if you're in a relationship currently, it's like the next date night or the next date that you go on, there's going to be a renewal of energy. You will feel refreshed again. You will feel like your relationship has a new fresh angle to it, which is going to be really, really exciting. I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of emotional, deep conversations as well. I feel like both of you are going to want to get to know each other more, whether you are only new to the relationship, whether you have been together for a very long time, or whether you're literally just getting to know each other. There's going to be an inclination to connect to each other on a deeper level. So less small talk and more talk about the deeper feelings. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of genuine care for each other. And again, the tea leaf cards, I don't always read them as the little explanation here. I sometimes read them intuitively. But what I'm seeing here is that there's going to be a really genuine care and a really genuine connection. I'm also seeing that the next date that you go on could be quite bougie, could be quite it could be quite fancy. That's something that I'm getting, almost so fancy that you might have to like splurge out a little bit on this date. So if you're going with your partner, especially if you've been together for a very long time, you might want to treat each other to this date, treat yourselves to this more elevated date, I guess. Not to say simpler dates are not elevated, but this is more so the energy of, let's treat ourselves. Let's do something really fancy. Let's do something more fancy than what we usually do. If you only are getting to know this person might treat you to something quite fancy. So they might surprise you with something a little bit more fancy the next time you see them. Sorry, I just need to take a sip. So yeah, I don't know, maybe you might get even a little bit choked up or surprised, because that was very surprising feeling for me there when I started choking. So you might even be surprised that this person decides to treat you to something very fancy. Maybe you haven't even been treated like this before. This could be a feeling of like, wow, no person ever went out of their way to bring me somewhere fancy or to organize. It kind of has a feeling of like the other person's going to organize the date or organize the meeting it's like they're going to take charge and look after all the details, and that like you'll get to relax and stand back. But I'm really getting that this is going to be a really nice time, and there's going to be a level or a feeling of achievement within this date. So whether you're a new couple or an old couple, or you're just getting to know each other, you'll feel like there was a purpose to this date, to this meeting. There was some sort of conclusion to this date and meeting, and like you had some sort of revelation about each other and the connection, which is really, really nice. It's a feeling of, oh, okay, well, we went on this date, it wasn't pointless, we definitely found out more about each other, we definitely got to know each other better. And you'll feel accomplished with the way that this meeting went. So this overall has a very positive feeling. Like, especially if you are inquiring about someone where you're in a complicated relationship with, or a complicated connection with, I feel like this meeting will bring clarity and will bring an understanding. I feel like a mutual understanding, some sort of compromise might be reached as well. If you're in a partnership, maybe you're going through a tough time, or even if you're not going through a tough time, but you might feel like this date brought you closer together and made you understand each other a little bit better, which is nice. So we've also got the Four of Cups. We've got, like the Judgment card really lets me know of ascension. You're leaving back some sort of fear to do with this relationship, some sort of fear, some sort of it's this energy of maybe you felt trapped by an element of this relationship before. For example, if it was a complicated situation, you felt trapped because you felt like the situation was so complicated that it was stopping you from moving forward, but you also didn't want to leave the person behind. If it wasn't a complicated situation, but maybe you're in a relationship with this person, maybe a part of this relationship makes you feel trapped, or a certain fear about this relationship is making you feel trapped right now. This next date night is going to help you release that fear. Maybe this person will be able to reassure you in some way that's very nice and reassuring and really comforting. Maybe this person will be able to offer you some sort of information or details on your relationship that will make you breathe easier. Like, I'm getting a relief energy. Like, you'll be able to sigh a breath of relief. And I'm almost getting, you see the way she's kind of walking along this path and she's whistling, and she has this flute and she's playing it. There's a real light-hearted energy about it. It's kind of like she doesn't have a care in the world. And to me, that's the energy that I feel you'll be embodying after this date or after this meeting. You're going to feel, oh, I don't have a care in the world. Any fear that I had attached to this connection, any fear that I had attached to this relationship, I'm releasing, and I'm able to just enjoy my time now. And I'm able to have for some of you, this could be even the other way around. Like, for some of you, maybe you actually end up being in a relationship with this person and you end up connecting and having a new beginning with this person. But for some of you, maybe this is a meeting that you need to let go of the person. Again, I kind of feel like it's almost 50-50. For some of you, this is going to be a meeting where you will mutually decide to part ways. But again, you will know which one you are. You will know which one you are for sure. Like, if you're in a relationship and you have no interest in parting ways and you're overall happy with your partner, then this is the energy of you just maybe releasing a fear that you have to do with your partner. But if you're in a complicated relationship where you're maybe feeling guilty for wanting to move on because things are too complicated for you, the next meeting or the next date are going to solidify the idea that, like, you know, the person that you're dealing with might turn around to you and go, okay, I understand that you need to move on. I understand that this is getting too complicated, and therefore give you that sense of relief and understanding that you needed in order to move on, in order to continue your journey, just even on a spiritual level. But I feel like regardless of which side you fall on, this feels like a very, very spiritual energy. It feels like there's a spiritual understanding between you and this person beyond I'm really getting a very mutual understanding between you and this person. I feel like for most of you, this is a new beginning, as in a new relationship, a connection being renewed. For a small percentage of you, you will feel free to leave the connection. You will feel free to finally leave the connection behind. Maybe that's been on your mind quite a lot, but for most of you, this feels like you'll finally be able to release a fear to do with this connection, to do with this relationship. You'll feel like you're free to fly away into, you know, into the sky with your partner and be happy and have a new beginning. A very refreshed energy, whether you're moving on from the person or you're moving on with the person and committing more. Either way, you're gonna feel triumphant in it. It's not gonna feel like, oh, they dumped me. It's gonna be very mutual. Everything about this pile screams mutual connection, mutual understanding, mutual agreement. So that's the theme. I think that if I had to pick a theme for your next date or the next time that you're going to meet your person, it's going to be very much mutual. So whatever you're feeling about this person, they're going to agree with you and they're going to come meet you halfway. So that's the reading that I got for pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, do subscribe, and comment your feedback. I love hearing feedback from you. And I'm going to see you in my next video. So we're going to move on to pile number 2. So pile number 2, let's see what is going on. What is your date going to be like? The next time you see this person, what is, if you're in a partnership, what is your next date going to be like? Let's see, what do we have here? So we have healing waters. That's lovely. We've got manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. This is really nice energy. We've got weeping willow, family sorrow. Again, I don't always read the tea leaf cards by this little explanation here. Sometimes I go more intuitively, so don't get worried about it. And we've got February. So for some of you, you might not see this person till February, especially if you're like in a complicated relationship. Maybe you won't see this person till February, whenever you're watching this. For some of you, February is just a very important month for your connection, for your relationship. For some of you, maybe, you're planning something big for February. For some reason for this pile, I'm getting that you're trying to manifest this person either back into your life, or you're trying to manifest something with this person. And I'm almost getting a slight, it's almost like the cards don't want to talk about your next encounter. They don't want to talk about, so your encounter, for example, if you're in a relationship, you might have a couple of dates before this date. This is more important though. It's like the cards are saying, like, maybe not the next few dates are going to be, it may not be that the next few dates are going to be important or of any difference, or maybe if you're seeing this person in the meantime, there may not be a lot of importance in you meeting this person in the next couple of times, but there's something down the line. I'm almost getting like down the line in a couple of months, there's an important date or an important meeting with this person. For some of you, I feel like you're trying to manifest to be married to this person or to get engaged to this person. That's something that's coming through, because we've got the family energy here, but I'm not picking up on the sorrow. I'm picking up more so that you are trying to connect with this person on a family level. Like maybe you're interested in having a family connection, to create a family with this person. I feel like some of you might be manifesting this person back into your life. So for those of you that are trying to manifest this person back into your life, maybe they're not in your life currently actively, the cards are indicating they'll be back in February or around that time. For those of you that are in a relationship with this person, I'm seeing really lovely things. I'm seeing that it's the next time that you're going to be around each other, you're going to be in a very healing state. But something more important is happening in February. So, up until then, you're doing kind of like the regular schedule. You're having a very healing experience with your person. You're going to enjoy your person on a deeper level. With the healing waters, I also feel like emotionally you are healing each other. The next time that you properly have a proper date or have a proper meeting, there's going to be a lot of healing conversations, a lot of and I don't mean healing conversations that you're even going to talk about specific traumas or anything too serious or anything too difficult. You might do. I feel like maybe some of you might have some conversations about some very deep traumas that you've been through together. Again, if you don't know this person very well, it could be that the next time that you meet this person, you're going to be talking about very serious traumas that both of you went through. I do feel like even if you do end up talking about traumas, it's going to be largely a healing experience. I feel like you're going to feel very understood on an emotional level by this person. You're going to feel like this person has a lot of really warm and very empathetic things to say to you. You'll feel very understood by this person. That's something that I am getting here as well. I'm getting a lot of Pisces energy, by the way. So, you might be a Pisces, or this person could be a Pisces as well. manifesting miracles. I'm seeing you're manifesting something really beautiful with this person. So whether you're trying to manifest this person back, whether you're trying to manifest this person to propose to you, if that's something that any of you want, if you want to manifest courage to propose to this person yourself, it depends on your situation, but I feel like you are on a route to manifest something beautiful with this person. I feel like most of you, if you are in a relationship with this person, things are quite chill. I feel like things are quite calm in your relationship, so you're manifesting more, but I feel like you're not putting too much pressure on yourself at the same time. I feel like the way you're manifesting things with your person are very the way you're manifesting things with your person, they're very, it's a very healthy manifestation. You're not becoming obsessive with a manifestation with your person. For those of you that are trying to manifest the person back into your life, I also feel like you almost have this energy of like, I can take it or leave it. You do have feelings for this person, but it's almost like, I'm not going to lose my sleep if this person doesn't come back to me also, which is nice. I get a very healthy energy here, honestly. But let's move on to the tarot cards and see what they have to tell as well. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, we've got the Nine of Pentacles upright, and we've got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, for a lot of you, I think this is an indication of this could have been a relationship that you broke up with each other. If you're not in a connection with this person, and if you specifically wanted to see if there was a meeting again, I do see that there's been a breakage in this relationship. This could be, you could be on a break with this person. You could be currently not speaking to them, or maybe you're speaking to them, but you're on a break from a romantic connection from them. I do see that this person is going through a lot right now. They're really hurting right now. That's something that I'm getting. For those of you that this specific scenario, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates. But this is for those of you that are on a break and you are not in contact with this person currently, which I feel is like a lot of you who are watching this. This person is hurting. This person is, I'm getting, they're checking their social media a lot. They're checking for your, if they have you on any of their social media, they might be looking at your social media profiles. I do see that this person's trying to figure out a lot logistics in their life. So whether it is like, maybe they needed to move, maybe they needed to change careers, jobs. There's a lot of preoccupation with money on their side, as well as missing you. So maybe the reason that you had to break up is because they had to like move away, or maybe they needed to focus on their career more. Maybe their career required more attention and they just couldn't continue with the relationship, or maybe you weren't happy with the attention you were getting. But I am seeing that this person's going through a lot right now, and I feel like the cards are asking you to continue being your independent self until the next meeting. If there is a next meeting, like I feel like for some of you, you might even change your mind about wanting to see this person again. Not in a petty way, but almost like you'll feel like there's no use in seeing this person again. If this is a breakup situation that I'm picking up on, you might feel like you're actually better off by yourself. You might actually figure out, and that could be around February, you might start figuring out that you're happy by yourself. You're happy in your own energy. You're happy as an independent person. Now, if you are in a relationship, this is more so an energy of you and your partner really discussing things that you've been through together. I'm really getting a strong energy of like a couple who's been through a lot. It almost feels like maybe a lot of couples that have been together for years are going to be in this pile as well. Again, multiple energies coming in. So if you are someone who's been with this person for years, or maybe on and off for years, whichever it is, I'm seeing that you and this person have gone through a lot. Like there's been a lot of energies that played out in your relationship, a lot of things that you experienced together, a lot of hurt you've experienced together. But I'm seeing that you will be talking about how you almost manifested goodness into your relationship, no matter what difficulty you went through, no matter what. I feel like for some of you, even you went through financial difficulty as a couple, and you'll be talking about that. I feel like that's going to be the discussion point for the next like date night, or the next time you have a meaningful romantic meeting. So it's going to be really nice to talk about that. And as I said, I do feel like you will something here is coming through, whether you are in a breakup, whether you barely know this person or you know this person very well. There's something about you really appreciating how you've been able to retain your individuality and your independence within this relationship and this connection. It's kind of like what I'm hearing the phrase of like, no matter how hard this connection got, or no matter how demanding this connection got, I always stayed true to myself. And I think there's a pride and boldness here, specifically for the person watching this. Like, if you're watching this video, I feel like you're going to feel very proud that you stuck to your guns and you stuck to independence in the way that you wanted to live your life. I feel like you're not the type of person to bend to another person's will, to bend to another person's lifestyle. You're somebody who wants to live authentically as you. Of course, you're not opposed to compromise, but I think you're going to be talking about how proud you are, or at least expressing how proud you are to stay true to yourself and to be your own person. And I think maybe that's a topic of conversation, because maybe this person, maybe you broke up because this person wanted you to do something that was against your nature, or if you're in a relationship for a very long time, maybe this person at some point expected you to be a certain way, and you stuck to your guns and you showed them that, no, this is the way that I am. I'm not changing for anyone. But yeah, wow. Like, you are flexible, I think, Pal 2, but you're also at the end of the day, you have your integrity. You're kind of like weeping willow. The weeping willow is quite a flexible tree. It has quite, flexible branches or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's very rooted in the ground, and it stands strong and tall for what, for the stability that it wants for itself. So I think that's the energy that I'm channeling for pile number 2. Really cool reading. So we're going to move on to pile 3. So pile 3, what is it going to be like the next time you see this person? Okay. So the next time you're going to see this person, we've got affirmation for acceptance. Okay. We've got deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. There's a real almost claircognizant energy in this pile. Like, you already know what it's going to be like. It's kind of like, I don't even need to tell you what your date night is going to be like, or the next time you're going to see this person is going to be like. You already know deep down. We've got boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. I don't always read the tea leaf cards as what it says on the bottom, but I just read it out anyway. We've got flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. And we've got flowers, happiness. I'm not going to go with the disappointment. I don't think that's something that's resonating with me here when I'm doing pile 3. This feels very much very happy. Honestly, very, very happy. It feels very happy. It feels, it feels like you already know how this date is going to be like, or this meeting is going to be like. You already have an inkling in you on how the situation is going to proceed. I think you're going to be really happy to see this person, or you're going to be really happy to be on a date with this person. You're going to feel content. You're going to feel I'm kind of getting you dressing up for the next time that you see each other as well. Like, I'm getting you're either dressing up to go to like a fancy restaurant or like a fancier place. I'm getting like you picking out an outfit and really thinking a lot about the outfit that you're gonna pick. So I'm not getting no casual energy. I'm getting more so like we're going somewhere nice. This person might even bring you flowers, because we've got flowers in the vase here, and we've got flowers actually depicted on the card. So this person might bring you flowers the next time you go on a date, or the next time they see you, this person might bring you flowers to kind of there's a charming energy here for sure. I'm getting romance, I'm getting charm. I do think that this is going to be so far the most romantic date or interaction. I feel like there's going to be a lot of romance here that you'll get to experience with your person. It could be almost too romantic, kind of like sickly sweet romantic, but again, I don't think that's something that you're going to mind. In fact, I feel like could be quite enjoyable to you. I am getting that this is this could either be a new relationship, or this could be an older relationship. Again, I don't want to distinguish between these. I don't want to be distinguishing, because I feel like there's potential for either type to be excited for this date. But it's almost like you already know what's going to happen. For some of you, this person might really, go all out for this date, and you might go. I feel like even you could go all out for this date. You could want to like really dress up, look really presentable. You might want to look extra good for this person. This person will want to look extra good. I'm also getting perfume, like getting your best perfume, getting, you want to smell nice, you want to have your hair done nice. I'm getting a lot of effort being put into the next meeting with this person, a lot of effort into your physical appearance, into how you're going to behave, into how maybe for some of you, if this is like a first date or if this is like a second or third date, you don't really know this person very well, you're still trying to kind of like impress them, you're still trying to give them the impressive experience, I guess. It's going to be good though, that's what I'm seeing. But let's see, what do we have for the tarot? We've got the Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and we've got the King of Swords in reverse. Well, first of all, what I'm getting here very strongly, I feel like this person might actually cook for you, or you might cook for this person. One of the people is like cooking, because see the way she's cooking here? So it could be actually, maybe you kind of dress up all fancy, and if you're in lockdown as well, if you're in quarantine or lockdown, you might be having a date at home, but you want to make it seem fancier and create a more fancy atmosphere. So you might like dress up really nice, but just like cook at home and have a really nice like home cooked dinner. But I'm getting a very strong counterpart energy here, especially when we've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. I'm feeling a real equal energy here between the two of you. Like both of you have a very equal I feel like on an intellectual level, conversational level, you have very good conversations. And I think that's something that's going to be evident in the next time you meet each other, and the next time you speak with each other in person, the next time there's an interaction. And I do feel like it's going to be, it's almost like you're going to make an event out of it. This is the first pile where I feel like the next time you see each other, or the next date that you have, it's going to be quite an event. Like I'm getting flowers, I'm getting dressing up, I'm getting putting effort into the date. And I do feel like one of you might cook for each other, or at least it's I do feel like I was going to say maybe you're going to go to a restaurant, but to me this really stands out as like one of you cooking for the other. And I'm getting like one of you is like looking through a recipe book, trying to like get something good to cook. I'm getting a strong feeling of that. So you might be cooking for your person, or your person might be cooking for you, but there's going to be a lot of interesting conversations going. I do feel like this person who you are in contact with, we've got a lot of mental energy here with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. I am getting that one of you, most likely the other person that we're talking about, is overthinking this next meeting, and not in a bad way. I'm not getting that they're overthinking it in a bad way. They're almost overthinking, like, for example, if they're bringing you flowers, they're like, oh my god, what if I get the wrong flowers? What if I get the flowers that he, she, or they won't like? What if I get the wrong, what if I dress wrong? What if my perfume or my cologne smells bad? Like, it's almost this kind of like little, it's kind of cute. There's a cute energy here, but I'm definitely getting a very fresh, excited energy. Maybe if you're a couple and you haven't had a date night in a very long time, your partner might be overthinking that they're, sometimes, the longer couples are together, and if they're kind of giving up on date nights, it might almost feel silly or something to do a date night, but it's not. And I'm seeing there's a lot of innocence here at the same time. There's a lot of innocence, this kind of like cute way of being with each other, and really appreciating each other. I'm seeing a lot of conversation flowing, and I almost feel like this other person who is in question here, they sometimes worry that they say the wrong thing, or they put you off with the way they talk about certain things. But in general, I feel like this is just going to be a wonderful time for you, and I'm really excited for you, pile 3. I really don't have much else to say, because I think it's just going to be a nice time. So pile 3, that's your reading. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment. I love hearing feedback. And I'm going to move on to pile number 4. So pile number 4, let's see what is. Oh, I never pulled you a Lover's Oracle card. So let me do that right now. Let me do that right now because I'd like to have it for all of these. Sometimes I take it as a sign, but I feel like in this instance, I will pull one for you. Okay, so we've got transformation here. I'm going to take the 2 that fell out, actually. So let's see. Pile 4. So you guys are special. Don't tell the other piles. We've got given to passion. Okay, transformation and balance. Interesting. This is a very intense energy. Definitely the most intense so far. This is more involved energy. Your relationship with one another is open to deepen. Love conquers all, transform all things. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So you might even see a little bit of a challenging energy when you meet this person next, when you see this person next, or on your next date. You might have some impassioned conversations, not in a bad way. Like, I'm not getting that this is a bad thing. Like, I feel like you might get very passionate about the topic of conversation that you're leading. Really cool. Let's see what else we've got. We've got elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. But elephant also gives me energy of I always say anytime I see elephants, because they're a matriarchal animal, it always makes me think of women. So you might have a lot of conversations about femininity. You might have a lot of conversations about the focus could really be on the feminine energy in the relationship. If neither of you are female, there might be conversations surrounding feminism or motherhood, or you might be talking about your own mothers. There's that kind of feminine energy is very, very much present in this fourth pile. We've also got key, successful outcome to your problems. So I'm really getting a really engaging energy. I'm getting that, like, you really want to get into a conversation. I'm getting 2 people who I'm almost getting like a friendly debate. So the next time you see this person, you might even engage in a friendly debate, because it's something that both of you, I think, enjoy. It's something both of you can get behind. I'm getting a lot of flow of conversation, a lot of but also a lot of passion, even on a physical level as well. That's something that I'm picking up on. So the next time you see this person, there could be physical activity, physical intimacy that takes place as well. And it's the first pile where I kind of felt it very strongly. So I do think that the next time there's a date night, the next time you see this person, there's going to be a very strong physical attraction. I'm definitely seeing a lot of magnetism. That's probably the best word to describe this pile so far. There's a lot of magnetism towards each other, whether you've been together for a long time or you're just meeting each other. For those of you that have been together for a long time, I definitely feel like it's almost like this date night is going to ignite that spark of magnetism within you and your partner. If you are not in a relationship, you could be, if you're not in a relationship and this is just, you're only meeting each other, I'm definitely seeing a very strong attraction, physical attraction, intimacy is going to be a big theme. And I think intimacy not only on a level of physical, but also on a level of really digging deep on this person will really want to kind of dig deep and see who you are. And I think you'll be the same. I see that both of you challenge each other. What I'm getting is, what's very interesting is that one person doesn't overpower the other, but both of you definitely like to challenge each other. There's this, you're not going to let the other person off easy. That's what I'm getting. It's like if someone says something, it's almost like if this person says something, you need to double check it and you need to fact check it. And again, it kind of brings me back to this idea of a friendly debate. I'm getting a lot of teasing. I'm getting a lot of flirting in this kind of very teasing way. So maybe you and this person have this kind of dynamic between you. It's very jokey at the same time. I'm getting a lot of humor here, which is really lovely. I love it when I see a lot of humor in readings for couples. I feel like both of you are very funny, very naturally funny, very naturally entertaining, and you entertain each other. That's the energy that I get. It's like, again, with the balance, it's like you balance each other out. There's a real strong energy of balancing each other out, and it's almost like potential soulmate energy. But I don't think that's going to be a focus the next time you're going to be on a date. If you are together for a very long time, I'm sure you already know that this is a soulmate connection. This, I really do feel like it is if you're together for a long time. If you haven't been together for a long time, I do feel that this is potentially a soulmate connection as well. But I almost feel like that's not the point of the next time you meet. The next time you meet, you want to enjoy the fun of a date. You want to have fun, and that's the main thing. If other cards or the other piles were talking about deeper concepts or maybe conversations, even though I think you will be having a lot of conversations, at the end of the day, what this pile wants to do on their next date or the next time they see each other is to have fun, whether it's on a physical level or whether it is on an emotional, or just to, joke around and have a bit of banter. That's something that's coming through. So let's look at your tarot cards for your date. So we've got the five of wands. Again, 5 of wands in reverse makes me think, and again, in this card you can see them all dancing. It's quite fun. It's it's just flirting, dancing. This person has flowers. It's all very flirty. And when it's in reverse, I always see 5 of wands in reverse as no drama, just fun. I feel like you both get each other's jokes, you both get each other's sense of humor. Nobody gets offended by the jokes that are being said. Sometimes people's humors don't match, and there can be misunderstandings and almost like, oh, you need to explain your jokes. I feel like everything flows very naturally in this connection. It's like, we get on, we understand each other, we enjoy each other's company, and it's that simple. Another thing that we've got here is 4 of swords, and we've got the 6 of wands. Well, all I can say here is just, again, I'm getting more of like a chill hangout rather than maybe like a full-blown date, as I did, for example, for pile number 3. For sure it felt very like formal and you're getting ready or whatever. For pile number 4, this feels more like, oh, we're just chilling out and we're just hanging out, and we're having a lot of laughter and we're laughing a lot and we're having a lot of fun. Even if you do go on a date, like, even if you do go out for a drink or to the restaurant, depending on where you're watching this, what you can do. Even if you go out for like a more formal date, I feel at the end of the day, the thing that matters the most and the part of the date that will matter the most is when you're just like hanging out somewhere together, chilling, laughing at each other's jokes, and just being very having a very simplistic time. And I don't mean simplistic like you are simple or this person's simple. It's more so that you're just having a good time together, and it's fun and it's silly and it's goofy, and that's all you want. And the elephant as an animal always makes me think of simplicity as well, and peace. There's a lot of peaceful energy, even though there's a lot of laughing and goofiness here. I feel like there's a lot of peace in this pile as well. We've also got the 6 of wands, and the 6 of wands talks about feeling appreciated. So I feel like, again, both of you feel very seen by each other. That's what I'm getting. You and this person feel very seen by each other. You feel like both of you can really see into the very depths of each other's souls, if we're going to be very dramatic with the way I word this, because I usually am. But but I do see that this date is going to be quite a transformative date. Like, I feel if it's a first date, then it's going to really show you that you really like this person. And I feel like there's a very mutual energy, by the way, in here. And if this is like, if you've been together for, I feel like most of the people that pick this pile, if you are in a long-term relationship, you've done a really good job on keeping the spark alive and on keeping the relationship in a very healthy, very humble, but a very exciting and happy place, which is, well done, congratulations. But I think the next time you hang out or the next date that you have is just going to be plain fun. It's going to be fun. You're going to feel appreciated. You're going to feel understood, and that's all you want, really. And I think that's all the next person wants. So that's your reading, pile number 4. I really enjoyed doing that. If you liked it, do like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to give me feedback, I love hearing feedback. But I'm going to move on to pile number 5. So pile number 5, let's see what is happening with your person, the next time you see them, the next date night that you have, what is it going to be like? So first of all, we've got, I don't read these in reverse, so I'm just going to put these up. We've got spark your mind. Okay, possibly very conversational energy that's coming through. There's something very gentle about this card, because I'm just noticing this cat has its eyes closed, and it's kind of, you know, when cats are comfortable, they close or squint their eyes. So there's something very comfortable about the next time you see this person. There's something very comforting, very gentle. There's a very gentle energy here straight away, right off the bat. We've also got, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Again, very gentle, very sensitive, very peaceful energy. We've got funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Okay. I don't always read these by the bottom message, by the way. This is just something that there's a stubborn energy here as well with the donkey or the mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So even though you and this person, I think the next time that you'll see this person, it's going to be very, very gentle. It's going to be very peaceful. I think any conversation that you have with this person is going to be very calm, collected, you know, fulfilling. There's definitely a deep connection between you and this person, whether this is a relationship that's been going on for a long time or you've just met this person. I'm definitely seeing a really deep understanding and an ability to almost calm each other down. I feel like you both have a very grounding effect on each other. Like you're able, for some of you, I feel like this person might be older than you. That's something that's coming through as well. For some of you, there could be quite a bit of a age difference, you know, depending. Not for all of you, this is just something that's coming through, but I'm getting a very peaceful energy. I think the next time that you will meet each other, there will be some conversations that feel like they're not going anywhere though. Even though you feel grounded and peaceful with this person, there's something about this energy is that you feel like you're not getting anywhere. So you and your partner or you and this person might be either having a very stubborn conversation. Again, there's various degrees of stubbornness. I feel like you might just feel like this person's not really hearing what you want them to say. It's almost like usually they understand you, but the next time you see each other, you're going to feel like, why are they not getting what I'm trying to say to them? You might even feel a little bit frustrated. On the date or when you're seeing them. Now, another thing that I'm getting here is that maybe you haven't seen this person in a very, very long time. For some of you, I feel like this is maybe even a long distance relationship. For some of you, this is a long distance relationship and you feel like you've been waiting forever to see this person. You've been waiting forever to be around them. You've been waiting forever to get to them. So you're not feeling the stubbornness from the person themselves, but it's almost the stubbornness of the relationship not coming into physicality. So it's this energy of like, I've been waiting forever to see this person. I've been waiting forever to get to them. Why is it taking so long? So the next time you have meet each other, the next time you see each other, there's going to be almost this release of frustration and release of I feel like there's trapped energy. Even I'm kind of, because I'm getting really stiff on my shoulders. It's really weird. I never get this. I'm getting really stiff on my shoulders. There might be trapped energy from all this frustration, and maybe some of you have had like sore backs and shoulders. There's trapped energy from being frustrated that you're away from this person, and it's almost going to be like a healing experience when you finally get to see them. It's almost going to be like a healing, profound experience that you can explore each other's energy field on a physical level rather than you know, through the screen. I feel like some of you maybe always FaceTime or, you know, you're always calling them, texting them, but it's very rare that you actually get to see each other in a physical space. Even for those of you that are not in a long distance relationship, maybe this is someone who works, like, you know, there's couples that one works the day and one works the nighttime. Maybe they do a lot of night shifts, or maybe they're not as accessible, or you're not as accessible at certain times, and it's very hard. And that's what I'm getting this period of frustration of like, I'm really enjoy this person. This person is very grounding. This person is very healing to me, but I just can't seem to catch a moment where we fit. And I think the next time you see each other, especially if you eventually have, like, for example, let's say you are in a long distance relationship and you go and visit them, and then you're also aware that you have to leave them at some point. It's that frustration. Like, I am feeling a lot of frustration with you, pile number 5. But at the end of the day, this is a beautiful connection. So let's see what else we've got here with the tarot cards. So we've also got, there's going to be an immense satisfaction. I actually feel like what I was saying about this person being stubborn, I think the energy just felt so stubborn. I don't think this person's actually that stubborn. I feel like this person, there's going to be such an emotional fulfillment when you finally see this person. You're going to feel so fulfilled. You're going to feel so, it's kind of like my heart is full, my cup is full. You're going to feel a sigh of relief, but also like, you might even feel so happy you might cry. You know, for a lot of you, I just feel I'm feel it doesn't have to be that you cry. You know, if you don't cry, you're not gonna cry. But I'm just getting a very fulfilled, like full heart that you finally got to see this person. A very happy. Like I keep getting this distance with you and this person. So whether it's like age difference that makes the distance, or whether it's like you work very different hours that creates the distance, or you're literally in different countries on different sides of the world, there's some sort of distance that you just, even though you connect to this person so well emotionally and spiritually, this distance keeps you apart. And especially if for some reason, I'm just getting with the donkey, you see it's almost like this distance with the rope. This hand is like holding the rope and the donkey is creating this distance with the rope. So it's like, it's almost like you feel like the universe and the you know, if you believe in God or universe or whatever it is, keeps creating distance between you. But you're kind of like, why do you keep creating distance between us when we're so good for each other, when all I want to do is be with this person? So I definitely feel like the next time you see this person, next time you go on a date with this person, it's gonna feel so fulfilling. It's gonna feel so amazing to be around them, to be in their presence. You're really gonna cherish their presence. Like, you're really gonna appreciate the fact that you get to be around them. Ace of Pentacles, again, appreciation. I see the way she's like looking at that coin, and she's like she's holding it up and she's looking at that coin, and it's almost like there's an appreciation in her in her eyes. There's an appreciation in her face. So I do feel like that's gonna be you're gonna cherish the next time you see this person, because for some of you maybe it's the fact that, you know, I have to cherish the time I see this person because in the past I didn't get to see them, or I have to cherish the time or the date or the time spent with them because I don't know how long it's going to be before I see them again. That's the energy that I'm getting, but I feel fulfillment is huge here. Feeling very fulfilled by the time spent with this person when you do see them. And we've also got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is an indication here that you are going to feel there is a real strong indication of maybe setting some sort of rules for the relationship. Again, if your relationship is a little bit more, if your relationship needs to run a little bit more on schedule, if your relationship is not, it's not as easy to always see each other, it's not as easy to connect with each other, you might set a set of rules. You know, you might talk to your partner or the person that you're seeing and be like, well, we need to figure out a way to see each other more, or, you know, we need to plan at least one call. You know, sometimes we can fall back on calling our loved ones if they're too far away because of time differences and stuff like that. So you might want to establish a very serious rule and be like, this is my rule for how I want this relationship to work, because I think you might even set some boundaries with this person. You might set some boundaries because you don't want to feel the way that you've been feeling while you've been apart or not in your person's presence, and you want to make sure that this relationship has a layout. I feel like maybe some of you can be a little bit type A. If you're not type A, it's just you have an investment. I feel like, again, Ace of Pentacles talks about investing in something. So to me, this is energy of you investing in this relationship, you being very honest that you want to invest in this relationship, that you're interested in continuing this relationship. I think you're going to be very honest with the person that we have here. coming through. I think you're going to be very, very honest about what your expectations are, what your boundaries are, and what your investment is in this connection. So really cool energy. I really loved doing this reading. If you like this reading, do like, subscribe, and comment your feedback. I love hearing feedback. And I'm going to move on to pile number 6. So pile number 6, let's see what is happening the next time you see your person, the next pile 5 and 6. I did the same thing for pile and 6. I didn't pick Lover's Oracle for you. So you 5 and 6 are special. So I'm going to shuffle this for you. But let's see, what is the next time you see this person? What is it going to be like? What's the next date like? Whether you're in a relationship, whether this is not a relationship. Let's see. We've got tears of joy and sadness. Okay, interesting. This comes out very rarely for me, by the way, this specific card when I do my readings, which is interesting. Joy and sadness. Bittersweet energies coming through. Okay, we've got acceptance is key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change what is beyond our control. Some of you might be deciding to move on from this person. It's almost like bittersweet energy. Like, I don't think it's going to be a blowout fight or anything like that. This feels more bittersweet, like, okay, we have to make a decision to move on. This is such a bittersweet energy. So we've got in need of help, assistance, or guidance. And we've got spirit, heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, I feel like for most of you, who are in a complicated situation, and I feel like most people who are in a complicated situation are going to be picking this pile. This is a bittersweet energy. It's like you don't want to leave this person behind, but you just don't see any more options. You're wanting to accept the situation as it is. For some of you, maybe it's just not possible to be together. You know, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes that's the way life works out. We're just not able to be with the person. We're just not able to continue because we need to think about ourselves first, maybe because we need to connect to ourselves more. I do feel like at the end of the day, it's going to be amicable. And I feel like if you are moving on from this person, there's going to be a real respect. Like, it feels very respectful here. I think you and your person will be able to be very respectful at how you talk to each other when you're parting ways. And honestly, no bad feelings. Like, I'm not getting, any bitterness at all. Bittersweet feeling, but no bitterness, like no pettiness. There's a lot of compassion here. A lot of compassion and a lot of love. And for most of you, if this is a complicated relationship, I think you might decide to move on from each other. And to agree to be cordial with each other, even though you're moving on. That, agreeing on no pettiness. And I'm almost getting a little bit sad because this has a bit of a sad feeling. Now, if you're in a relationship, it feels like you as a couple will decide to agree on something. If you're in a relationship and you don't see yourself breaking up, that's what I mean. You might agree to accept something that happened in the relationship that maybe wasn't the most positive, that maybe wasn't the most happy, that maybe made either one or two of you feel shit. You're gonna decide to accept that that's the fact of life and to move on and to help each other move on with it. So for example, let's say if you went through a very tough time as a couple and maybe you went through a period of time where you weren't very considerate of each other's feelings and maybe you hurt each other a lot, you might decide to accept that you maybe weren't the nicest people to each other in the past, but to move past it and to be helpful to each other in processing it and progressing as a couple in the future. I'm getting a very compassionate feeling. It's kind of like, let's not be petty with each other. Let's agree to always stand by each other, and moving forward, it's kind of like heartache over what you no longer have. You no longer have this element of your relationship. For example, let's say, or even if trust was broken, if you decide to stay together, despite this trust that was broken, you're gonna agree that you're not gonna dwell back on it. You're going to work on it, but you're not going to dwell back on it. This could even be this energy of, let's go to couples therapy, but we're not going to, it's almost like a bittersweet energy. Yes, something bad happened or something unfavorable happened in our relationship, but we're going to go to couples therapy. We're going to work through this and we're going to come out on top. Now, if it's a complicated situation, it's very unlikely that that's going to happen. Anything like that is going to happen. That more so feels like for my couples that are in a serious relationship and you genuinely really don't want to break up. For those of you in complicated situations, or if you're in a couple where you can feel like best thing to do is to break up, I think the next time you maybe go on a date or the next time you have some quality time together as a couple, and you can sense that, you know, it's time to break up, there's going to be a breakup. That's what I'm feeling. You know, if this pile doesn't resonate, do pick another pile, because I feel like this pile is very, very specific. It's very specific on a bittersweet energy, on parting ways, on feeling hopeful but feeling sad at the same time. There's definitely an ambiguity of feelings. You might not even know how to feel the next time you are with your person, but acceptance is key. That's the main thing that keeps coming up for me. It's like accepting the situation and accepting what the present moment is, and not looking at the past and not getting too bogged down by the future is going to be key for you to progress from this situation. So the next thing we have is the tarot card. So we're going to look into your tarot cards and see more details. So we've also got, healing is coming through here with the star card. And the star card, as I always say in my private readings, I say this in my pick-a cards, the star card in reverse for some reason has come to mean therapy for me in my reading practice. So the star card is in reverse here, and to me, and again, see the way they have like they're holding their hands, but you can see the shadows, and it's there's a very hopeful energy, but it's almost bittersweet as well. I get a very bittersweet energy from this particular star card. It's kind of like, you know, you can only see the shadows, you can't really see who exactly they are. So you're leaving behind some sort of shadow. I think for a lot of you who are in a couple and you want to continue your relationship, you might be deciding to go into couples therapy. That's a big energy that I'm picking up. Someone has to hear it. And we've got the 7 of Wands. It's almost like you're too tired of fighting and constantly defend. Maybe you're a couple that really genuinely love each other, but you constantly fight and you just can't help but fight, and it's like everything else is great, but this fighting just gets in the way of everything. And the helping hand almost makes me feel like, oh, we need a bit of help to get us to the next point in our relationship. We need a bit of help to help us, guide us. It's kind of like, for those of you that are in a serious relationship and you don't want to break up, it's this energy of like, we're going to get through this. We just need a little bit of help. We need a bit of assistance. We need someone to show us the tools on how to progress as a couple, on how to progress into a healthier place in our life. And I think, yes, it's sad that you have to go to couples therapy. It's sad that that's the place where you ended up as a couple, but at the same time, it's going to feel very happy because you get to experience that. You get to go forward and progress the relationship, or at least give it a try. For those of you that this is a complicated situation, I think a lot of healing is needed on both sides before this connection can progress. If you're not in a relationship, if you are in a complicated situation, the healing needs to happen, and I feel like this healing needs to happen separately. It's not something that you can heal at this stage together. That's what's coming through here, and I think that's something that is going to be a point of conversation the next time you see this person. We've got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles a lot of the time to me talks of information and talks about learning from past mistakes. Maybe some of you have already broken up with this person before. Maybe you've been in an on and off relationship with this person and you're learning from your past mistakes. It's like, we've been broken up before, we got together, but nothing changed. We need to learn from our mistakes and maybe we need to part ways. But I do see a level, again, the bittersweet energy is really coming through here. There's a real optimism about your decision. Like, at the end of the day, whatever decision is made in this pile, when you go on this date, whether it is a couple, you decide to go to couples therapy and really get help as a couple, or whether you are a couple that splits up, or whether you are, a complicated situation that part ways, you're going to feel positively about the idea that you're splitting up. You're going to feel like you listened to your intuition. You're going to feel like you learned from your mistakes rather than repeating them. And then we've also got the Wheel of Fortune. This is such a beautiful reading. Like, I know it's a little bit sadder than the rest. Maybe it's a little bit more sad. It's a little bit more emotional. I definitely didn't expect this kind of reading when I set out to do this. But I'm seeing that there's going to be better things are coming. So I feel like if you are a couple that decides to go for couples therapy, you are going to get through this. The cards are kind of like, you are going to get through this, and you'll see a hint of that when you have this conversation. If you are in a complicated situation and you decide to part ways, you are going to be okay, and you're going to find somebody. It's the Wheel of Fortune is the ultimate card of like, life goes on and everything moves and everything is fine. It's I know it sometimes can be a very frustrating thing to hear when someone says, life goes on, but it's so true in a way. Life does go on, and life will go on, and you're not going to lose out on anything. That's the main energy that I'm really getting here. You're not losing out on anything by making the decision to go to therapy with your partner. You're not losing out on anything by moving on from this person in a cordial way. You're only listening to your intuition and learning from your past mistakes. And that's the main theme that I'm getting here for this pile. Learn from your past mistakes. Don't ignore your past mistakes, because they're lessons. So that's a really cool reading. I really enjoyed doing this one, even though it is bittersweet. If you liked it, do like and subscribe and comment. I love hearing feedback if you want to give me some feedback. And check out my podcast as well if you want to. I also have an Instagram at Astro Wheel of Fortune, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.